Charles with Valiant Realty. Today I want to discuss having a maintenance division with a property management company. Valiant does not, and I will give you several reasons why. About 3 years ago, we had a prospective owner. She asked us a lot of questions, and she told me it was down to Valiant or another company, and she ended up going with the other company. And the reason she gave me was because they had a maintenance department. We do not. We will never. And I explained to her why. Here are the reasons why. Number one, as an owner, we want you to have options. We have a list of fully vetted, licensed, and insured vendors throughout Northeast Florida that we've had relationships for several years with. They can put us at the front of a line if it's an emergency. Most of the time, they won't charge us trip charges or weekend rates. And then each year we vet new contractors. You know, I have a list of 3 or 4 plumbers, a list of 3 or 4 handymen, a list of 3 or 4 roofers, a list of 3 or 4 electricians, and a list of 3 or 4 dryer vent cleaners. So we have a lot. And there's probably 2 or 3 that are always there, and then there's probably 1 or 2 that changes every few years. And we want to keep the vendors on their toes. And we want to get the best prices for you as well. The reason we do this is probably the best example I can give is let's say there is a repair that needs to be made to an HVAC system. Well, if we have our own maintenance company, we're going to make the repair. You're not going to be able to get estimates. What I can do, and what we always do for repairs, generally over $400 or $500, is we're going to get you multiple estimates. And that is a great way to go because it gives you options as the owner. We've even gotten 3 or 4 estimates before. It just depends on the repair needed and how involved it is. I would rather you have options than to have to use our maintenance company. And like I said, all the properties, all the vendors that we use are licensed, insured, and bonded, and they're local. So, in my opinion, having options as an owner is a great thing. The other part to that is we don't have any overhead. We're not having to have the maintenance division reach a certain quota each month. That has nothing to do. We don't make any money off of that. So the invoices that you see from them are the invoices that you're going to see. There's no upcharge. The other part to that is management life cycle is not that long. Maybe 5 years if we're lucky, maybe 7. Managing a property for an owner. So if you have us doing all of your maintenance, and you're going to have to come back to us, if you need anything maintenance-wise. Like, you're going to have access to all the invoices. But if we do something with your, handyman job and it needs to be fixed and we're no longer managing the property, you're going to have to get in touch with us and get our guys to go out there. Wouldn't it be better to have one of the companies that we use, one of the licensed vendors that we use, you just contact them directly, if there's a warranty issue or something like that, as opposed to going through the management company? Who's to say the breakup or the split is amicable between an owner and a management company? In fact, I see a lot that aren't. As I stated previously, I had an owner early on who went with another company because they had a maintenance division. Well, a few weeks ago, she called me. She said, "Hey, Charles, I'd like to bring over my 3 properties with you." And I told her, "Thank you very much. What made you decide to do that?" And she said, "Well, I started to notice at the end there, before I made the move, I would get these $90 and $115 handyman charges every other month from the previous company I was working with that had a maintenance division." And she said, she just felt like, there was, like I said, a monthly quota or or they needed to get out there to do something, for an upcharge to keep the maintenance division afloat. So anyway, we don't upcharge. We get preferred non-weekend rates, and you have options as an owner. So I guess to recap, the reasons we don't have a maintenance division and the reason you probably don't want to go with a company that does is you have options. I can call one of 4 people right now and get a plumber out here in an hour. If you have a maintenance division, you may only have 1 plumber on staff or 1 contractor or handyman that does that. We can get you several estimates. Can't do that if you're using our maintenance division, and we're not going to upcharge you for it either. What you see on their invoice is what you're going to get or what you're going to have to pay. So in my opinion, it's a better route to take to not have a maintenance division for a property management company, and it's better for an owner. It gives you more options. So that concludes why, in my opinion, it's better to seek out a management company that does not have a maintenance division, and Valiant does not.